Namaste and welcome to Pal Talk Machine Learning. I am your host, Dr. Chinmoy Pal, bringing you another insightful discussion on algorithms that power the modern world.
And I'm Ria. In today's episode, we are going to explore an extremely powerful clustering technique, DBSCAN, which stands for Density-Based Spatial Clustering of Applications with Noise. Bit of a long name, but don't worry, we'll make it easy to understand. Why do we even need DBSCAN?
Most of us are familiar with k-means clustering, right? It's a go-to method for many when it comes to grouping data. But here's the problem. K-means works best when clusters are circular, of similar size, and the number of clusters is predefined.
But real-world data, it's not that well behaved. You might have clusters with irregular shapes, varying densities, and even random noise. That's where DBSCAN comes in. It doesn't care about the shape or number of clusters. It just looks at how densely packed your data points are.
Understanding the core idea. At its heart, DBSCAN works on the concept of density. It tries to group points that are closely packed together and identifies points that lie alone in low-density regions as noise or outliers.
There are two very important parameters in DBSCAN. Epsilon, the maximum distance between 2 points to be considered neighbors. Min points, the minimum number of points needed to form a dense region.
Based on these, points in the dataset are divided into core points, have at least min points in their epsilon neighborhood. Border points, not core themselves, but fall within the epsilon of a core point. And noise points, neither core nor border, they just don't belong to any cluster.
How DBSCAN actually works. Let's break down the DBSCAN algorithm step by step. Pick a random point in your dataset. If it has enough neighbors within epsilon, mark it as a core point and start a new cluster. Include all points within this core point's neighborhood. Expand the cluster by checking the neighbors of each new point added. Continue until there are no more density reachable points. Move on to the next unvisited point and repeat.
The beauty is, it finds arbitrarily shaped clusters and even tells you what data points are just noise. No need to say, I want 3 clusters beforehand, like in k-means.
Real-world use cases. DBSCAN is widely used in many industries. For example, geospatial analysis, detecting crime hotspots or urban patterns, astronomy, identifying star clusters, market segmentation, when customers behave in unexpected ways, environmental science, like monitoring air quality or pollution patterns, anomaly detection, spotting fraud, outliers, or system failures.
Even in healthcare, DBSCAN can help identify rare patient profiles or patterns in complex genetic data.
Pros and cons. Let's quickly look at the advantages of DBSCAN. It doesn't require the number of clusters beforehand. It detects arbitrary-shaped clusters. It handles noise and outliers very well. It's relatively easy to implement using libraries in Python or R.
But there are some challenges too. Choosing the right values of epsilon and min points can be tricky. It doesn't perform well when clusters have varying densities. It's not great in high-dimensional data, like with too many features.
DBSCAN in practice. In Python, DBSCAN is available in the sklearn library. Just import it from sklearn.cluster and you're good to go. You'll need to set the epsilon and min samples parameters.
In R, there is the DBSCAN package, and in platforms like Nime, Orange, and RapidMiner, DBSCAN can be applied with just a few clicks.
Conclusion. So friends, to wrap up, DBSCAN is one of the most flexible and powerful clustering algorithms out there. It's perfect when you're working with messy, non-linear, or irregularly shaped data, which is honestly most real-world data.
If k-means is like forcing data into fixed boxes, DBSCAN is like letting the data speak for itself. It tells you where the clusters are naturally forming and where the noise lies.
That's all for today's episode of Pal Talk Machine Learning. If you enjoyed learning about DBSCAN, do follow, rate, and share our podcast.
And send us your suggestions. Which algorithm or ML topic should we cover next? Till next time, stay curious and keep clustering.